When a Canadian fishing boat hauled a mammoth lobster out of the ocean, its crew would probably have suspected that they'd bagged a beast. It wasn't until people saw the size of the animal's claws, however, that they realized just how colossal the crustacean was. Shellshocked in New Brunswick, Canada is reportedly known as the lobster capital of the world. The town is home to a thriving fishing industry and even hosts an annual lobster festival. And to cement the area's connection to the crustaceans, Shellshocked boasts a 99-ton sculpture of a lobster as well. However, Shellshocked isn't the only town on the New Brunswick coastline that can lay claim to impressive lobster hauls. That's because fishermen in the towns of St. Andrews and St. Martin's have also struck lucky with epic catches in recent years. Which brings us to the monster catch in question. In July 2017, a woman was paying a visit to St. Andrews when something stopped her in her tracks. The entity in question was a lobster, and while seeing such a creature in that part of the world isn't unusual, there was nothing ordinary about this particular catch. The woman was so surprised by what she was seeing, in fact, that she decided to pull out a camera and start to film. In the resulting footage, which was later posted on Rumble, a lady can be seen standing outside, proudly cradling a monster lobster in her arms. As a crowd of onlookers begins to form, the woman tells them that they're looking at a $50 supper right there. She is, of course, referring to the hefty price tag that the lobster might garner if sold at one of New Brunswick's seafood restaurants. Moving closer to get a good look at the animal, the woman filming the unfolding scene exclaims, "That's awesome!" Then, hoping to get a better sense of the animal's anatomy, she adds, "Oh my God, can you turn him on his belly?" Happy to accommodate the stranger's request, the person holding the lobster proceeds to turn it over. And it's only then that the crustacean's impressive pincers come into shot. "Look at the claws," the camera woman says. Seemingly not happy about being manhandled, the lobster begins to wiggle around, raising its colossal claws in the air. Thankfully, though, they have been bound together. Otherwise, the animal's handler might have been in for a nasty pinch, or worse. Still undaunted, the lady continues to wrestle with the lobster until she finally manages to overpower it. She then holds the creature up by its two claws, flaunting its extraordinary physique. Clearly amazed, the woman filming simply says, "Oh my God." Towards the end of the video, the lady holding the lobster then explains what lies ahead for the animal. She reveals that it will be transported to a buyer and then processed. And after that, the crustacean will most likely be turned into some kind of meal. Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story. Given the size of the creature, some estimates put its age at around 45 years. Amazingly, lobsters continue to grow throughout their lives, molting their exoskeletons as they do so to accommodate their increasingly larger sizes. What's more, since it's believed that lobsters do not weaken or deteriorate with age, they're able to grow to very large sizes. Every time they molt, mind you, they leave themselves vulnerable. And while there's sometimes a misconception that the animals are immortal, individuals can only grow to a certain size before they eventually pass away. Molting requires a considerable amount of energy, and the larger an individual lobster grows, the more energy the process demands. As a result, as many as 15% of lobsters perish owing to the exhaustion when they're in the process of molting. In later life, the exoskeleton stops molting and begins to degrade too, and this eventually causes the animal to die. Given what lobsters go through in their long lives then, it might seem a shame to some people that many end up as food. So when Katie Conklin heard about a 4-foot-long lobster up for grabs at the Alma Lobster Shop in Alma, New Brunswick, she knew that she had to step in. Vegan Conklin, who comes from nearby Nova Scotia, decided to purchase the 23-pound beauty herself. And after handing over $170, she released the lobster, nicknamed King Louie, back into the wild. It had been estimated that the lobster was already 100 years old. Nonetheless, Conklin was confident that there was plenty of life in the creature yet. In 2016, she told CTV News that she hoped he lives a happy life for his second chance. King Louie isn't the only lucky lobster to have received a second shot at life on the New Brunswick coastline either. Back in 2015, a fisherman caught a very large lobster in the Bay of Fundy near St. Andrews. But instead of cashing in their catch for money, the person in question decided to place it in a viewing tank. That way, the public could admire the creature in all its glory. Afterwards, the fisherman planned to release the crustacean back into the ocean. Unfortunately, it isn't known exactly what became of the lobster in the lady's video. But whether it ended up as someone's meal or was set free once more, thanks to the internet, the creature will live on in the hearts of thousands of people for some time. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.